Hey man, what's up? I'm Korg. I'm making a list video. You want to watch it? Anyways, yep, Korg is great. But this is my top 10 action figures of 2019. This will comprise of things that are not Gundam, things that are not Transformers, and things that were released in 2019. So if it was not released in the year, it would not qualify. So these are only things that I purchased, of course. And number 10 is Marvel Legends Korg. He's really nice. He's really great. He's only number 10, though, because he just didn't hold my interest for too long. I don't know why, but it's like I got him, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this thing. And I had him on the desk for maybe about a week, and then I put him on the shelf, and I just pick him up every now and again, and I mess with him. I'm like, yeah, he's a really great figure, and I love him, because I do. Just the running trend of these videos, I just say, I love him, because I do. Anyways, though, there's number 10. There's actually a lot of Marvel Legends on this list. And then number 9 is actually another Marvel Legend, and that goes to Captain Marvel. I actually really like this thing. I got this, and I actually got the green version. I didn't get the bomber jacket, and I didn't get the fiery version, but I really like this figure. It's really fun. It's just really fun, man. I actually enjoyed the Captain Marvel movie, despite a lot of people saying it was really bad or bland. I actually really liked it. I actually liked it way more than Black Panther, I can tell you that. But it's just not, I don't know what I'm going with here, because I was going to say it's just a really good figure. That's what I was going to say, actually, but I was saying it's just not. So let's try to actually speak a little more properly today. But yeah, it's great. It's just really nice. I love the likeness. I actually display it without the helmet more so than the helmet, because she doesn't really have it all the time. Yeah, definitely my number 9. I love that Captain Marvel. And then, next up, I haven't really thought about the ordering of this list just yet, so this is kind of a problem. Next up, I think I'm going to give it to a guy I literally just got pretty much a couple days ago. Christmas. It was the brother's girly friend. She decided to gift me the Fortnite Aim, and let's just say I have a few Fortnite figures, right? I have a few. From McFarlane, I have Raptor and this guy. From Jazzwares, the 6-inch, I have the Nutcracker. Crackshot, I think is his name, and the Visitor. But this is definitely my favorite out of all of them. I love the ball-jointed shoulders. I love that he is literally... He's basically like a Cobra Bat that's dual-wielding. I mean, he has pants. That's a very Cobra Bat trait. It just looks really great. I love the little details. If there's one thing... I don't play Fortnite at all, right? I played it once at a friend's house, and I died pretty much instantly. But if there's one thing that you cannot deny about Fortnite is that it has a lot of great character designs. And they lend themselves to some really great action figures. And AIM here, or AIM, I prefer calling him AIM, is one of the best. I love it. Definitely worthy of being on the list for me. I love that thing. Anyways, let's keep on trucking. Next up, I'm giving it kind of to, in general, everything that came out in Vintage Collection this year, but specifically I want to give it to Yak Face and Ray. So, I love Yak Face. He's great. This Yak Face is amazing, and I love it. It's one of the best figures they've released in a very long time. And I actually really love this Ray, too. I just watched The Rise of Skywalker a few days after filming this, actually. It's funny how the focus has really been weird. And especially after watching the movie, I just have this newfound appreciation for, oh my gosh, it wants to focus in on Captain Marvel's face instead of on the thing that's actually in the foreground. But yeah, I mean, it's a really good figure. It's definitely the best Ray they've done in 3 3/4 inch. And it's by far my favorite. I like her costume the most from Rise of Skywalker, too. So yeah, that's just shouting those two out. I pretty much love everything they've done in TVC this year, but I'm just shouting those two out. And yes, the obvious omission is actually still present in this list, don't worry. So that's 10, 9, 8, 7. Number 6. Ooh, number 6. I'm going to have to give it to... these guys. Number 6 is going to not just the Mark 85 Iron Man, but also the Fam. Also Rescue, and also Iron Patriot / War Machine. Interchange what you want. I just had to put the whole Fam on this list because, come on, you finally get the trio in Avengers Endgame, and I loved it. And these are actually really good figures. Articulation's a little meh on him. Oh my gosh, thank you. Articulation's a little meh on Patriot / War Machine. She's really nice, but she could use more accessories, and we just need a battle damaged version with the Infinity Gauntlet for 85 already. But yeah, I love these guys. I just don't love them as much as the other things on this list. So there is number 6. Then number 5 is going to be the obvious omission that I was omitting earlier. It is the Vintage Collection Stormtrooper, the new mold. Of course, the Shadow Stormtrooper exists. Of course, the normal Stormtrooper exists. And we also have the Mimban Stormtrooper, whose gun has kind of come off a little bit. My shelf got completely wrecked of Imperials, so I had to pretty much dig these guys out of the rubble. That's why there's some dust and hair on them, because they were on my floor, because they all fell over. But yeah, the Vintage Collection Stormtrooper mold is phenomenal. Absolutely the best Stormtrooper. The best trooper we have gotten from Hasbro, in my opinion. It doesn't even matter the scale. I love this figure so much. I hope we get more repaints. I hope we get like a new Incinerator, because he was in The Mandalorian. I'd love to get a Force Unleashed Commander, but I don't see that ever happening. But hey, I'll take whatever they make. They're doing the Remnant Trooper. Can't wait for that. That's a really awesome one. I cannot wait for the Remnant Trooper. But there we go. There's number 5. Number 4 is going to go to another pair of... I have a lot of multiples on this list. I'm sorry. But number 4 goes to another pair of figures, and that is the Bandai model kit, Buzz and Woody. It's funny how model kits bled their way into pretty much every list, into the Transformer, into the pickups, and into the figure list. But come on, look at these things. If you love Toy Story like I do, these things are going to be on your list. They're amazing. They're not perfect. You have to put a lot of work into them, some issues here and there, but I love them. I really do. They're my definitive go-to Buzz and Woody action figures, but when it comes to like my Toy Story collection in general, I like having the more film-faithful toys. But still, I love having a posable action figure of Woody and a very nice posable figure of Buzz. None of them are limited by any gimmicks or the fact that they're a plush toy. They're great. I highly recommend these. Just be prepared to put some work into them if you want them looking their best. So, here's number 4. Let's put them there. And then number 3 is going to go to one that I kind of forgot about, oddly enough. And then when I was looking on my shelves, I'm thinking, why was this not something I immediately thought of? Number 3 goes to the 80th anniversary Iron Man classic armor. I was going to say Mark 80, and I'm like, wait, what? That's that guy, and even then he's 85. But yeah, this guy's better than those guys because look at it. This is the best Marvel Legends comic head sculpt we've ever gotten, in my opinion. The best non-MCU head, by far. This is one of the best Iron Man figures we've ever gotten, by far. Definitely the best comic Iron Man. Comes with so many accessories. I love the Alex Ross helmet. I really do. That's probably my favorite helmet. But you also have the alternate helmet as well. And it does everything right. It's really posable. It looks great. It's really fun. Sure, it's misassembled with the biceps or whatever. I don't even care. You can hardly even notice it unless you just know anatomy that well. So, definitely my number 3. And then my number 2 goes to, surprisingly, a Mattel figure. And surprisingly, the last Collect and Connect from DC. It is Killer Croc. As soon as I built this thing, as soon as I built it actually missing an arm still, I knew this would be very high up on my favorite figures list. It is just amazing. I think it wants to focus in on Woody. No, please focus in on Killer Croc. That's what I want you to focus on. It's just so fun. It's sculpted by the 4 Horsemen, so it looks gorgeous. It could definitely use a better paint job, but hey, that's what customizing is for. It's easier to repaint something than to remake it. And for what's here, for how it's made, it's gorgeous. It poses really well. It's really vicious looking. I love the moving jaw. It's the best Killer Croc in my opinion. I know there's the Asylum one. The Asylum one's good. And his knee joints are really tight. The Asylum one's good. This one's really great too. It's just my favorite though. It's my favorite Killer Croc. And he's definitely the number 2. Definitely. However, he still cannot beat what has been number 1 ever since I got them early in the year. And yes, they were technically released in 2018 first. I don't care. They weren't really available to reasonably purchase until 2019. The NECA Turtles. I have used Mikey, Raph, and Leo to represent them in the past, so Donatello is the representation here. It's all 4 of them. Number 1 goes to all 4 of the Turtles. Man. These turtles are just the best. They're the best turtles they've ever made. In my opinion, they're the best NECA figures. They're just the best. They're the best at what they do and in what they are. And I can't get enough of them. I am stoked as hell that we are getting the Foot Soldier and Shredder and Splinter next year. Even though if you actually somehow manage to get them this year, then they're technically figures from 2018 or 2019. But I'm not bothered with that because they were unobtainable again for the most part. So I'm not even considering them as 2019 figures. They will be 20 figures. Isn't that crazy though? We're already at 2020. But here we go, man. Here's the list. You can't really see Iron Man too well. There we go. There's my top 10 favorite action figures of 2019. The last year of this decade. And this was honestly one of the best years for action figures, in my opinion. One of the best. By far one of the best. Of course, there's not 10 figures here. There's more than 10 figures here. But I'm not worried about that. It's my list. I do whatever. And I decided to group some stuff together because I don't care. Yeah, there we go. There's my top 10 list. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links, my P.O. Box address, my frequently asked questions, all that stuff down in the description below. Have a good day. I'll see you in the next video. These are really fun to make, but I hate having to put everything away after I'm done with them. It's just such a pain having to take all these figures, put them back on the shelf, because, I mean, some of them I leave on the desk because I like messing with them again. But it's always a little bit of a pain. And after this, I have to fix my Imperial shelf because that got completely destroyed. See you guys.